So I got to make this video, just more or less to vent. I don't have a script written out for this one. I don't have anything pre-planned. Um, I think this channel is just going to basically be my little online journal and venting avenue because the main point of this video is that I don't understand how people, I guess they want help, but they don't want help. People come to me and ask me, and I never force my opinions on anybody. But if I know something's true, I'm going to tell you I know it's true, and I'll even give you the evidence that I have that proves why it's true. I don't expect you to take my word for anything. Um, but just people come to me and they've seen my transformation, they've seen me lose weight, they've seen me get in shape, and everybody always asks, how do you do it, how do you do it? And when I give them the answer, when I tell them what it is, it's almost like they don't want it to be true. So immediately when I tell them, hey, if you want to lose weight, you need to stop eating sugar, you need to stop eating flour, you need to stop eating all that crap. All of a sudden, every excuse comes out of them. And it doesn't matter how badly they want to lose weight. It's like they just don't, they will fight tooth and nail to keep their vices, to keep that stuff tastes good. I think it tastes good. Food with sugar and flour tastes great, but it is what it is. People think that I love this diet that I'm on. It's not that I love it or I hate it or it's that it is what it is. It's not that I made this way. I didn't make the human body work this way. And yes, there are other ways you can go about losing weight, but not other ways you can go about losing weight and being healthy and avoiding cancer and resetting your stem cells, your immune system, all that stuff. You can't do that stuff by eating 6 times a day and eating sugar and carbohydrates all the time. So when people ask me, it's almost like they don't really want to know. And I've gotten to the point where now when people ask me, I almost say, you know what? I don't want to tell you because you're going to fire back at me with meaningless statements you've heard, on TV or from other people that you do want to be true, even though you have no scientific basis for believing it. It sounds good and you like it, So when I say, oh, I intermittent fast, I only eat one meal a day, and every now and then I'll go 3 or 4 days without eating, immediately people fire back, oh, that's not good for you. Oh, you need to eat 6 small meals a day. You know why? Because somebody perpetuated that a few years ago and everyone likes that rule. So even though they have no reason to believe it's true, they like it. I get to eat 6 times a day. Which one would I rather do? Eat once a day or 6 times a day, even if they're small meals? Of course, people will say, I want to eat 6 times a day. That's what they want to be true. And, as far as working out and health, as far as cancer is concerned, I keep doing my research on this stuff. And the more I do research on this stuff, and when I say research, I mean real research. I look at both sides, both opinions on whatever it is I'm researching, whether keto is good for you or keto is bad for you, or whether fasting is good for you or fasting is bad for you. And I look at both sides. If someone's got an argument that says this is why you should not do the keto diet, I will listen to it, I will watch it, and I will give it every ounce of respect and scientific credence that it deserves, along with the counter argument. And when it's all done, I look and see, where did they get their information? Do they have scientific studies to back up what they're saying? And then I'll even dive into the scientific study and say, was this a credible scientific study, or was it just a survey that was done? And then I draw my own conclusions. And more and more, it's blatantly obvious. But back to my original point of this video is that humans are so, they claim they want answers. They claim that, they believe there is a cure for cancer, but they are keeping it a secret, which I always find that funny to know who they are. Obviously, most people will say the government when they say that, but you know what? whether they have the cure or not, or whether I could tell you what the cure is, where if I told you cancer eats sugar. So therefore, if you don't eat sugar, your body can run without sugar. In fact, it runs very well without sugar. It runs on ketones instead. And your healthy cells will do just fine, and your cancer cells will starve to death because all they can use is sugar. They can't use glucose. So those same people, and I have scientific studies that back that up, but those same people who swear they have a cure for cancer, like if I show them that and I show them the scientific study that makes it true, they still won't believe it. They're like, no, 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 no. There's some magic pill somewhere that'll fix it because I'm not giving up my sugar. It's incredible. And I listen to other people on YouTube and podcasts and things like that, people who have figured something out, whether it's mental focus, mental clarity, the ability to work out, run, push yourself to the next level, some dieting secret, all this stuff. And you know what? I'm starting to understand why a lot of them will say, I don't do meal plans for people, or I don't put together a workout plan. If there's some guru in working out, they won't do a workout plan for people even if asked. If there's some guru in dieting or eating healthy, people say, "Can you do a meal plan for me?" They won't do it because they found out, like I'm finding out, that people don't. I mean, they want something, but they want it in a nice, easy, take a pill and be done with it form. As soon as you tell us, it doesn't matter how bad they want to know the secret to healthy, losing weight, living a long life, the cure for cancer. It doesn't matter how bad they want it. If the answer isn't something they like, forget whether it's true or not. If the answer isn't something they like, they will fight you on it, or they will throw it in the trash, and you've just wasted your time trying to help this person. It's like seeing a line of lemmings running off a cliff, and you got one lemming following the other one, and the lemming's saying, I don't want to die, I don't want to die, I don't want to die. Well, I can tell you how not to die. Get out of line. Stop following the guy in front of you. But they don't. They're like, oh, no, no, I like following this person. It feels right to follow this person. Even though you can see the cliff, you see where they're going, and you're right. You're right. This isn't a belief. It isn't a maybe. You're right. But you got to let them just go off the cliff, apparently, because you can't make people do what they asked for. Even when you answer their question, you can't make them do it. And I'm talking about family members. I'm talking about someone very close to me, that I had a family member die recently, and old age, Alzheimer's, whatnot. And through my research, they're starting to call Alzheimer's and dementia type 3 diabetes. So again, sugar and carbs. Instead of my family taking this to heart and going, what, don't take my word for it. Look it up. I mean, you've got the entire world of knowledge at your fingertips on the internet. I mean, you can look up anything and you can confirm what I'm saying, with scientific studies. I don't care what the TV doctors say. I don't care about any of that crap. I mean, these doctors were trained years ago. A lot of them have business dealings or partnerships with some type of dieting plan or product that goes against what I'm saying. So of course they're gonna, they got to make a living and pay for their mansions and things like that. So they're not going to, even if they do take the time to figure out if this is true or not, they're not going to come out and admit it because it'll cost them millions and whatever. So, you can Google, everyone knows you can Google and find anything. Okay. If you Google, why is keto bad for you? You'll get a slew of crap that comes up. Fine, read it, but dissect it and see where they're getting their information. I mean, it's like, I'm 41 years old. I know back in school, the thing I hated doing when someone gave us a research paper to do, we had to do a works cited page or a bibliography. You had to show where you got your information from. And I hated doing that. And I never really understood why it was such a big deal until now, because you can find any information to fit any opinion out there. I mean, and you will find people that look really credible that will say, you know what, you're right, keto is bad for you. And it's not true. And so you got to check your sources and be careful who you try to help, because a lot of times they're not going to take it. And I said that was pretty much the point of this video. It's not really meant to help anything except my own sanity. So if you know what I'm talking about or you got a solution, comment on it. Thanks a lot.